Yo guys, it's your boy Don alongside with my dad.
Yo!
And late last night, early this morning, our channel reached 1,000 subscribers. So thank you all so much for 1,000
Thank you.
subscribers. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're actually gonna go kind of back. We're gonna take you guys back a little bit on how this all began, how our journey from 0 to 1,000 started. We're gonna start with him because he's pretty much the biggest, one of the biggest, if not the biggest reason why.
No, he's the reason. Don't let him fool you guys. Don't let him fool you. This is just another one of his things, like his Dallas Cowboys and everything. But no, you got to thank him because he's the one that really is the chief content creator of everything and putting everything in motion behind and what content actually gets put out. So even if I come in and I say, hey, D, let's go ahead and play some hockey, which he's beaten me. He really has. He's beaten me on everything. Off camera, we've played a couple games of football, hockey, and he's won. He's done very good in everything. But he does a very good job on all of his content that he makes, and it's all from scratch and out of his own material and puts it together with his own design and everything. And it's a big accomplishment for anybody setting out the dream to go ahead and have any kind of handle, to go public, to be able to reach viewers around the world, which is very, very unique. Not a lot of people do that. And believe it or not, he actually inspires me to do that because that's exactly what I kind of did. And I'll tell you a little bit about that later. But that's, he broke the waves of that. So it's really, really cool to see how, sometimes not only can, it goes to show that sometimes your kids can have more knowledge than what their parents have, and that's awesome to have. Great child, great inspiration, wonderful child, excellent content. It's what he really, really deserves in everything. So it's the round of applause to him that gets there. And some of the things I'll look back on it is, especially when he first started with his content, it was a breakthrough, and you have to, it's not easy to reach the goal that you want to be able to reach. And so you have to give yourself a little bit more of an expectation and more time to get everything out there. But he did a great job of it all. And I like how detailed he is in everyone, his baseball videos, his football videos. Those are things that people like to see behind it. They want to see that concrete proof behind it. And I think it's one of those things that is really, really good for anybody having a YouTube channel. When he came to the idea of saying, hey, this is what I want to be able to do, let it be known to anybody, never, I live by a philosophy, and it's kind of weird. If you can dream it, you can do it. And what do I mean by if you can dream it, you can do it? I believe in everybody should have the chance and dream to fulfill the goal that they want in their life. Whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on TikTok, whether it's on X, Facebook, whatever it is, your digital content is the way that you get out there and being yourself. Be yourself, be your true identity, and that's what it takes to be, anything of all. You don't try to act as somebody else. You are that person who you are, and you continue daily, blood, sweat, tears, getting your content out there, and that's what he did. Nights that, and sometimes I think we did do the content on to go, on demand, sort of like our sports videos and everything that we did. So those are the things, those were content that we came up with while we were doing the game. So the words were right there with everything. And we look forward to being able to do that here, as football season actually starts going here shortly. But that being said, a lot of his content, the nights that he spent practicing it, just, the statistics and looking up the research behind it to put into that, it's a lot of work that's done. But if you can dream it, guys, you can do it, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. You only fail if you give up at the idea that you thought of, because your idea is most likely the 100% the most natural thought that you're going to do. Don't regret it. Don't sweat it. Execute on it and make your goal happen. And, just the years that he's put into everything has been truly inspirational. Just putting it all together, and him allowing me to come on here and actually, do videos, it's really cool because it broke me out of a shell of my own. You know, yeah, I have a background in public speaking, but being out in a wider audience, that's always something you don't know if you're going to say right words or key things, you know, and, you know, everybody expects, and I think it's because of all the stuff we watch on TV, everybody expects, you know, true professional, you know, a more professional thing. Be yourself when you're on here, guys. That's all you have to do. Whatever you say, I mean, make it appropriate, but be yourself and you'll continue to work with the flow. And I think this channel for him has great things coming up in the future and all that. And, you know, never give up. Even if it's, you know, older content, sometimes you have to execute on what people like. And that's the greatest thing of all and everything. And I do apologize that we haven't been doing a lot of videos lately, but we have, you know, we've kind of been in that lull pattern, and it's not because we're just, you know, whatever, giving up or whatever of that nature, but we've been spending a lot more time with one another and our family and everything. We've kind of learned a little bit, try to unplug sometimes, spend time with family, be with our loved ones and everything, and so just trying to give that a lot of thing, and, you know, a lot to our goals and success. The weather's been kind of icky around here lately.
Yeah.
I mean, like today is literally our first day of like very, very cool weather over high heat.
Minus yesterday.
And yesterday it really started it, but today and tonight is going to be gorgeous in our area. But we've been spending a lot more time with one another, going out and doing things, just trying to go out and view more things, and just kind of trying to explore our area more, and just kind of, it's something that we didn't do a lot younger that I wish, but unfortunately, you know, hard worker 100%, whether it's his job, whether it's on YouTube, whether his career studies, the whole 9 yards of it, guys. Give him that round of applause. I am proud of his channel, and he will go ahead and run down this stuff.
And for my take on the journey from 0 to 1,000, you know, back in the day, you know, because we started, you know, Double Shots in 2020, you know, during COVID, and, you know, everybody was starting up pretty much YouTube in 2020 because, you know, we were all locked in our homes, and, you know, we really had nothing to do. So we were like, hey, let's start a YouTube channel. And, you know, honestly, really, to tell you the truth, statistically, 2021 was like our best year because, you know, because we reached 50 subscribers, by the way, in 2020, you know, in October of 2020. But we reached 100, like 10 days into 2021, we reached 100. And like I said, 2021 was like statistically our best year, like of doing YouTube. Then we hit 500 in February of 2022. So, but, you know, like I said, it slowly started going down, but we were able to push through, and we were able to finally get to that 1,000 mark in 2025. But, like I said, this is probably one of our biggest accomplishments yet. One of our biggest accomplishments, and I'm also going to give a couple of honorable mentions that pretty much helped us get to where we're at today. My sister, she was like in the first few videos on this channel, so she was like here, like at the start of it. She was pretty much like doing like the baking video.
Correct.
Breaking.
What started out as baking, and then
we pretty much turned to like a gaming channel, and then technology too.
Right.
That's another thing.
You find a skill.
Mm-hmm. And then another honorable mention, which he was on here from like 2020 to like 2020, well, late 2020, to like early 2022. CJ. If you don't know, back in the early days of our channel, back when we were like growing significantly, CJ was actually doing like top 10 videos. We were doing just like him and I. We were doing that.
Pool videos.
The pool videos. Those are the ironic ones.
Those were awesome.
Dude, do me a favor. All of you, do me a favor. If you are watching this, comment if you think we should bring back the pool season for 2020, for 2025, maybe 26. or if you want me to go even further, comment if you think I should bring CJ back to this channel.
Yeah.
But anyways, and if you don't know who he is, if you go to one of our top 10 videos, like back when we like first started top 10, like I'd say in our 2021 videos, you'll see it, like top 10 underrated players. But like he was like one of the, also another key to leading our success in 21. Like I said, things did start dying off, in 2023, 2024. But like I said, we were able to push through and get to that 1,000 that I've been dreaming of. I mean, like I said, there are milestones that are way larger than 1,000. To be fair,
But still, congratulate us, splurge.
But anyways, like I said, my take is, it's unbelievable. Honestly, if we were still doing what we were doing in 2021, after 2021, we could have probably even reached this sooner, maybe in 23 or 24. But better now than never. You know what they say, now or never. And like I said, and another thing to the lull of content, going back to the lull here a second in 2025, one of the biggest reasons why for the lull content is, how normally in like early year, the first half of the year, I do a series like with NHL and NHL, 24. I don't think I even did an NHL 24 series, which is the normally I'll do like a playoff tournament, and then I'll do like
the champion.
Yeah,
Champions
all
League.
the championships and all that. One of the biggest reasons is all your newer games are being moved to a newer Xbox, and
So yeah,
that's why
it's the migration of everything.
Because technology is evolving in 2025, and Xbox One has been out for a while now, and they're discontinuing that. So
Everything's moving to the newer.
Because even Madden 26 is going to the newer one, and even like FIFA.
NHL 25.
Yeah,
was
NHL
the
20
start of it.
Or you can even say NBA.
NBA too. Yeah.
I mean, I don't really play NBA. And MLB The Show 25 also moved.
Right.
So, like I said, the newer games are going to the newer Xbox, and what I could do to keep this going, to keep like our gaming going, is I could continue doing Madden 25 until I can actually do all that. But we still got a preseason, and then we got regular season.
And we could do some football videos. We could actually, that might be a good start here.
And then it doesn't just have to be even gaming. You know how we do those predictions?
Predictions. The
Prediction
WWE SummerSlam is tomorrow.
And yes, tomorrow we might do a SummerSlam
SummerSlam.
prediction, so stay
Yes,
tuned.
I'm excited about this. 2 nights, guys. 2 nights. I've actually put off watching wrestling Monday, the past couple weeks, minus Friday of last week. I've put off watching just so that way I can kind of get ready for SummerSlam. But go ahead.
But anyways, like I said, that's just another reason why we've seriously lacked in the content in 2025. But hopefully with football season coming up, since this channel's lately been built more towards football, hopefully the content will start to ramp back up again, slowly but surely. Sometimes you gotta take it easy. Know what you gotta do.
Right.
But anyways, that's really pretty much all I have to say on my end.
And I agree with you, how it started. And that's the thing about it, talking about how things start. Sometimes you find your niche and you find the skills that you can go ahead and bring into, and you execute on them. And that's what it's all about. You find it all out, and you kind of go from one to, you put it together and you perfect it, and that's what you build your opportunity on. So it really is. He found the niche in the gaming and everything, and it's really good now. To say he can't bake, he does a great job baking. He does. I know for 100%. I've let this kid make homemade ice cream with me, and he makes very good strawberry ice cream, guys. Believe it or not, I love to bake. In the hybrid time that I've taken off, I've executed baking a lot. I started really getting big into that. He's focused on a job that he has.
Mm-hmm. That might be another factor, but with how light it is, I'll probably still find time around it. So, don't worry, I ain't going anywhere. Good,
Right.
because with how light it is, I'll still be able to make videos for a bit longer.
And then after that, I actually branched off and I actually started my own TikTok channel. Yeah, and it's a true story here.
Yes, it is. So he's spoiling our dog
I'm spoiling our dog.
with a bunch of ice cubes.
But the beauty behind it is the music that is put into the content with it, everything that is there. And that was on a hunch. That was really, really on a hunch. So it was originally for a business of mine that we had, that I started the TikTok channel. However, one night I sat there and I did a video. I had spoiled, it was like midnight. And I'm sitting there, my dog is just walking up to the ice dispenser on our fridge. So we kept on opening, and I would sit there and say, I would start talking to him, and I'd be like, yeah, this is why my dog's spoiled. So eventually I Reels that. And then after that, from Reels, somebody gave me the idea of going to TikTok, and wow, it really is amazing. So, but maybe one day he'll be in a TikTok video with me and our dog, our spoiled dog. He spoils him too. We have, maybe we have the Confess Your Crime series. We can turn that into a series and it be like a little skit. And it will be me, him, Tater Tootle. You know our dog Hercules, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've seen him.
You've seen Hercules before. Yeah, so maybe he can be in that and it would be great. But fresh ideas are coming up and along and everything.
I am even thinking about, introducing maybe a couple more pieces of content, in this 1,000, in this like next kind of stage. There's one that I might do, but I might talk about. For those that don't know, I like talking about severe weather,
He loves it.
and I might,
He's better than meteorologists, guys. He really is. Although, one night I kind of predicted the weather right too. You gotta admit that.
yeah, we had back in June we had like a really bad storm that went here.
We've had bad storms all year.
Yeah, we
Literally back to back to back.
Like, we almost got hit by a tornado in March.
Twice.
Like, seriously. Like, not funny. Like,
It literally missed us by
like less than a mile.
Less than a mile.
Yeah.
It missed us by less than a mile, but then in June, we were sitting there and it wasn't predicted to rain or anything, no severe weather, and all of a sudden we had just winds
like
ramble.
70-mile-an-hour
Winds just ramble.
I might think about introducing a couple more pieces of content. The first one is, I might do a little bit of severe weather history, like St. Louis, because I think St. Louis doesn't get talked about much when it comes to severe weather or tornadoes, because you hear a lot about like Moore, Oklahoma, or you hear a lot about like all like April 27, 2011, the super outbreak, but you really don't hear a lot about St. Louis, because St. Louis has had a fair share of tornado history as well, so I might do a couple of like tornadoes history. Another thing that I might introduce, I'm kind of on the fence line. I like talking about construction. If you don't know, there's like a massive project that's like 30 minutes away from me, that's like in the whole another side of the county, that is somewhere that I might actually talk about. So comment if you want to see a couple of those of ideas. And maybe, and another lack is the lack of by the way, is the lack of technology videos, because things happen, but we've been doing okay. We've been doing
very good. Yeah.
SummerSlam will be coming tomorrow.
Do you want to do 2 predictions, one for each day?
We could probably do that.
So we could do
pretty much
what we think tomorrow for tomorrow nights, and then we can talk about it, and then
like recap it,
and then Sunday we can talk about what also is that. So those will be 2 new starts and everything. Look for some new technology videos coming out here very, very soon.
Hopefully the technology videos come back. Hopefully we can start doing those games again.
Yes.
Like Madden 25, and if I am available to play Madden 26, we need to get that rolling as well. And I need to do that. And when NHL like 26, when the newer games come out, and when I am able to get a new console, I can create the newer games for you guys, because I'm more like a newer games type of person.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And then, like I said, the 2 new types of content that I'm thinking about introducing is severe weather history in St. Louis and construction and construction developments, because if you don't know, I like talking about construction as well.
I might
I like talking about, you know, massive developments that go around here in the metro over here. But what do you have?
One more thing. Beta testers of iOS 26. What do you think about it? I like it.
Yeah, there's plenty. This channel is more of like a variety channel. If you
I'm going to be talking about that soon too.
Yeah. So there's some interesting things coming out. And until then, like I said, thank you all so much for 1,000 subscribers, and we'll see you tomorrow with the SummerSlam.
Thank
prediction.
you all, everybody. That is awesome what you guys have done.
All right.
Give the round of applause once again to Dylan.
Now let's try to get up to 2,000 subs.
That's the next goal.
How about 10,000? You know, 10,000. That might be way too ambitious. Let's do 2,000, and then maybe we can go to like 10,000. So, till then, I will see you guys in tomorrow's video, if you will.